Hey, what is up guys, Phoenix here, and welcome back to another part of our Inosuke Hashibara pixel art tutorial. So I think this is part 5, and if you've made it this far, pat yourself on the back. This is pretty far actually, and the only thing left to do are the shading, the face detail, and then some of the hairline. So today I'm going to hopefully get through all of the hairlines and maybe even a little bit more, and then after that we'll worry about other stuff. Sorry about that, just heard some noise outside. I was just double checking. Anyways, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna start on the left side where we have a bunch of these dirt blocks kind of just marked out for us, and let's actually start at the lower side where we have this one block waiting on this 2 flat. So I seem to only have a placement block on the left side, and let me just mark it so you can see it. You can probably see it from the right hand camera screen a little bit better, but once you find that 2 flat, we're going to be going to the left side of it and going above it, so you can put your placement block to the left or the top side to start off. And we're going to go up and to the left 5 singles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And basically what's happening right here is the neck and the hair needs to be separated, so we're building up the arch of the hair. So from that 5 single, we're going to go up and to the left 2 vertical now. 1, 2. Up and to the left 2 singles. 1, 2. Up and to the left 2 vertical, and we're going to do that 3 times in a row. So 1, 2, placement block, 1, 2, placement block, 1, 2, and then we can delete these extra dirt blocks like so. From those 2 verticals, we can go to the center one, so this one right here, and on the top block in it, we're going to put a placement block above it so that we can go up and to the right 2 flat 5 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. 1, 2, that's 3. 1, 2, that's 4. And then finally 1, 2, that's 5. And as you can see, it connected to this 3 flat we already had waiting here at the diagonal. So we can actually get rid of the placement blocks, and then we can get rid of the placement block on that 3 flat because now the shoulder has connected. And we can backtrack now back all the way over here to where we just built this little flat bridgeway. And if we see on the left right here, we'll have this 2 vertical that's kind of just hanging by itself. So from that 2 vertical, we're going to go up into the left 4 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up into left 2 vertical 2 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. Up into the left 4 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up into the left 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Sorry about that. So we just put a 3 vertical right there. Then we're going to put a placement block on the top or right side and go up into the right 7 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Up into the right 5 vertical. We're going to do that 2 times in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then if we see this 5 vertical we already have marked out for us is actually already there from another part. So let me just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. So we actually didn't have to do the second one because it was already there from a previous tutorial part. That's perfect. So if yours connects at the diagonal, you're in a good spot right now. This little part right here, this little triangle that it connects to, is actually a part of his ear. If you want to color it his skin color, which I think we're going to be using birch planks for, you can just color this little triangle here, but we'll get to it when we get to it. So if you're confident in your coloring ability, don't worry about it. Anyways, from there, what we're going to do is we're going to drop back down the hair, and on the left side actually of the hair is where we're going to be working with next. So over on this left side, there's actually a segment we didn't mark with placement blocks that I'd like to work with. So you can see we mark this, what is this? This 5 vertical right here with placement blocks. We're actually not going to use that yet. Instead, if we look down to where we have this shape in the corner or in his shoulder, we basically want to look for where we have these flats that arch into this single. And we want to work with that single. So let's find it, guys. All right, you see it's down and to the right from where we have marked. And from that single, we're going to do a few things. First, we're going to go up and to the left 2 singles. 1, 2, like so. From that second single, this top one right here, we're going to add an extra coal to the left side. And then from that extra coal to the left, we're going to put 2 below, 1, 2, and 3 above. 1, 2, 3. From that above block, we're going to go up and to the right, 3 vertical, 1, 2, 3. Up and to the right, 2 vertical, 2 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. Placement block to the top or right side. 1, 2, that's 2. And then we need to bring it back down. So let's go to the bottom block in this 2 vertical and put a placement block underneath it. So we can go down into the right 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Down into the right 5 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And as you can see, it connected to another set of 3 that we had waiting at that diagonal. So that's perfect. So now we have this overlapping of hair. This is going to be like a blank behind the hair, but then this is going to be the part of the curvature. Once you see the finished build, you'll know what you're coloring. So for now, just bear with me. But now we can actually go back up to where we have that 5 vertical that I told you to ignore, and we can work with that. So going to that 5 vertical that I told you to ignore seconds ago, we're going to delete the placement blocks from it. Whoops. And we're going to be going up and to the right from it. So for this segment, you can just keep putting your placement block at the top each time and you should be fine. We're going to go up and to the right, 3 vertical, 1, 2, 3. Up and to the right, 2 vertical, and we're going to do that 4 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. 1, 2, that's 3. And then finally, 1, 2, that's 4. Up and to the right, 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Up and to the right, 4 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up and to the right, 7 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're getting really close to the ear where it's going to start rounding out. So from there, we're going to go up and to the right, 6 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if you look at the right hand camera screen, you can see things are kind of just shaping out properly, so that's good. So what we're going to do from this 6 vertical is we're going to put a placement block on top. And from the left of that placement block, we're going to put 1 single. And from the right of the placement block, we're going to put 1 single. From that right placement block, we're going to put an extra 11 blocks on top. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And from that left placement block, we're going to go up into the left, 2 more singles from it. So 1, 2. Perfect. Now what we're going to do is on the right placement block that we just extended up from, we're going to go to the bottom block and count up 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And on that 5th block, we're going to put 1 coal to the left. We're then going to go from that block to the left, and we're going to go up into the left 2 flat. 1, 2. Up into the left 1 single. And then up into the left 2 vertical. 1, 2. And if you're wondering what we're doing right now, this is basically the ear and then the inner markings of the ear. So it doesn't look like much right now, but it's going to eventually close out. Now we can go back to those singles that we have right here. And we can go up into the left from them. So placement block to the top or left side. 2 flat. 1, 2. Up into the left 2 vertical 2 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. Up into the left 9 vertical now. So count carefully. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then from that 9 vertical, we're going to start rounding it back inward. So we're not going to be on the left side anymore. We're going to be working on the right for a bit. We're just going to go up into the right from it. 6 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Up into the right 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to flatten out. So we're going to put a placement block to the top or right side. So we can go up into the right 3 flat. And then from that 3 flat, we're going to work on bringing it back down. So we're going to put our placement block underneath. And we're going to just go down into the right 1 single. Down into the right 6 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then from that top block in that 6 vertical, so this one right here, we're just going to go up into the right 1 single with coal. And then mark that to come back to it later. But then we're going to go back down to the bottom of that 6 vertical. So this block right here. And we're just going to go down into the right 7 vertical. So placing block to the bottom or right side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And as you can see, it met up with what we previously built at the diagonal, so that's perfect. Now what we can do is, ignoring that 7, if we go back up to the 6 vertical, instead of worrying about this top block for now, let's count up 3 blocks from the bottom of it. So 1, 2, 3. And on that 3rd block, we're just going to put 1 coal to the left side, like so. From that 1 coal to the left, we're going to go down into left 1 single. And then down into left 8 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. So that's the left ear. Now what we can do is go to that 6 vertical and we can find our way to that single in the top right corner we marked out. And from that single in the top right corner, we can go in 2 directions with it. The first direction we're going to go is down into the right 2 vertical from it. 1, 2. Down into the right 3 singles. 1, 2, 3. And then finally down into the right 2 flats. So placing block underneath or to the right side. 1, 2. As you can see, it met up with whatever we already had there at the diagonal, so that's perfect. But now we need to trace it back up. So going back to that original single, remember I told you we can go in 2 directions with it. We're going to be going up into the left now. So put your placement block on top now as we go up into the left 2 vertical. 1, 2. Oops, I accidentally threw a swiftness potion. Up into the left 2 singles. 1, 2. Up into left 2 vertical again. 1, 2. Up into the left 3 singles. 1, 2, 3. Up into left 3 vertical. Place 1 block. 1, 2, 3. Up into the left 1 single. Up into the left 2 vertical 2 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. Up into the left 1 single. Up into the left 2 vertical. 1, 2. And then finally, what should connect to the wall right here is we're going to go up into the left 4 vertical. So placement block to the top or left side. 1, 2, 3, 4. And remember, we had the 2 vertical marked out right here, so it should meet up at that diagonal. That's perfect. So now you can see the left side of the bangs are complete and covered in for his left side of the build, so that's perfect. What we can now do is worry about the right side, which actually has a little bit more complete than the left side, to be honest. The right side, I don't have to worry about the shoulder, as you can see, as that's already filled in properly. But we did not do the hair and the ear on the right side, so let's go over there right now and get started on that. Alright, so now on this right side, we have a couple of different parts marked out with our placement blocks. Some of them will end up connecting to each other, so it's fine, but others kind of need a little bit more attention than that. So what we're going to do to start off is let's start with this left bottom side right here, where we have this 9 vertical with a placement block on the top. So this one right here, let me just mark it so you can see more of it on the right hand camera screen. And once you find that, we're going to go to the top block in it. Pause if you need more time to find it. But we're going to go up into the left from it. 5 verticals, so placement block to the top or left side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And thanks to some of our work we did in other parts, this is going to be very easy for this to connect to other parts of our build. So it's not going to be too hard to do. So from there, we're going to go up into the left 4 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up into the left 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Up into the left 2 vertical 2 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. Up into the left 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Up into the left 2 vertical. 1, 2. Up into the left 5 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then finally, to hopefully connect to the wall over here, we're just gonna go and go. Actually, does this connect to the wall? I don't think it does. All right, so to hopefully connect to the wall first, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go up into the left 4 vertical. It's gonna extend more later, but I want to do something first. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then from that 4 vertical, what we're gonna do is go to the top block in it and put 2 to the left. 1, 2, like that. But then we're also gonna go to that top block and put 3 more blocks going straight up, and that should connect to what we already have marked here. So 1, 2, 3. Yep. And it connected perfectly, so that's good. That part was a little bit weird, so pause the screen if you guys need to check if yours looks like this. Otherwise, just go over that part again. I'll also count this little long segment out for you guys just so you can tell the length of it. So I think it's about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's 12 in length. Part of it was done earlier in the tutorial, so just make sure yours is correct. Double check, triple check. Don't quadruple check though, otherwise your map will get deleted. Just kidding. Anyways, now let's go back down to the next part we had for our placement block. So this one right here, where it was on this single block that's above the 3 flat. So from this single block, once you locate it, we're gonna go above it. So put your placement block on top, and we're gonna go up and to the right, 3 vertical, 1, 2, 3, up and to the right, 5 vertical, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Placement block on top or to the right side, up and to the right, 2 vertical, 1, 2. And this is actually the top of a spike, so we're gonna go back down from here. So let's go to the bottom block in that 2 vertical and put our placement block underneath it. And we can go down into the right, 1 single, down into the right, 3 vertical, 2 times in a row, 1, 2, 3, that's 1, 1, 2, 3, that's 2. And as you can see, that connected to the 4 vertical we already had here at the diagonal. So you can get rid of those placement blocks now, and that's perfect. That's killing 2 birds with 1 stone. All right. From there now, we can move over to the right a little bit more again, where we have this 12 vertical, I believe it is, with the top marked. And basically all we're going to do is remove the marking from the top block, and we're going to go to the second to last block from the top actually. And we're going to put 1 coal to the right. And a little quick indicator to know if this is the correct height is it should be equal in height to the top block in this 3 vertical right here. So if you just drag this over and see it's equal in height, that's a good indicator that you're doing something correct. Anyways, from this single, we're then going to go down into the right from it, 5 more singles. So placement block 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down into the right, 2 vertical, 2 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. Oops, deleted the wrong one. There we go. And then finally, we're going to go down into the right, 4 vertical, and it should connect to this at the diagonal. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And yep, as you can see, it connected at that diagonal, completing that shape for us. That's perfect. I don't want you to stray too far from where we just connected, because what we're going to do is, this is the 4 vertical we just placed. But if you look up, there should be this sideways T shape right here, and that's what we're going to work with next. I don't know why I don't have a marker on it. We're actually supposed to be building from it to go up for our next part. So luckily it's right next to where we just finished. Otherwise I'd have a difficult time explaining where to go to you guys. So pause if you need to again, find where you are, and then we can resume. But we're going to be working with the top block right here. And from that top block, we can put our placement block at the top each time now, as we're going to be going up. And we'll go up and to the left, 2 vertical, 1, 2. Up and to the left, 17 singles. So count carefully, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, oh my god, I'm so bad, 15, 16, and then finally 17. Perfect. Now what we can do is from that 17 single, if we start from the bottom and find the second block, so this one right here, literally the second block, we can put 6 coals on top of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we can build from there and do some shapes, or we can actually work with the last block in the 17. I think what we'll do is finish this shape first and then continue with the tip of the 17 next. So going to the top block in the 6 vertical we just placed, we're going to put a placement block on top, and we're going to go up and to the left 2 vertical 2 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. Up and to the left 1 single. Up and to the left 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Up and to the left 2 vertical. 1, 2. Up and to the left 1 single. Up and to the left 2 vertical again. 1, 2. Up and to the left 2 singles. 1, 2. And from the top block in that 2 singles, so this one right here, we're going to put an extra coal to the left. And from that extra coal to the left, we're going to put 1 above it and 1 below. Like so. Now from the below block, we're going to be going down and connecting it to this the 17 singles. So what we're going to do is go down into the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. Down into the right 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. And then down into the right 4 vertical 2 times in a row, and this should connect. So 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 1. Placement block on the bottom or right side. 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 2. Perfect. Once it connects, you can go back up, and we're going to be working with the top block now instead of the bottom block. And from that top block, we're going to go up into the left 2 vertical 3 times in a row. So 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. 1, 2, that's 3. And then we can delete those placement blocks. And now we're almost done with this tangent, and we can go back to the 17 singles. All we have to do is just go up into the left 1 single, and we're done with this curve. Perfect. Alright, so now we can drop back down to our 17 singles and work with the final block in it, so this one right here. Once you get to that final block in the 17 singles, we're going to keep on going up and to the left, so you can put your placement block to the top side. And we'll go up and to the left 2 vertical 2 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. Up and to the left 1 single. Up and to the left 2 vertical 4 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. 1, 2, that's 3. 1, 2, that's 4. From those 4 singles, we're going to go up and to the left 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Up and to the left 6 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Up and to the left 14 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And this is actually the start of the ear. As you can see, it's similar to what we have on the left side. So from that 14, if we go to the bottom block and we find the second to last block, I want you to put 2 coals to the right of it. And we can also go to the 6th from the bottom, so count up 6 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I want you to put 1 coal to the right of that. Perfect. So now from that 1 coal to the right we added, we're just going to do a quick step and just go up and to the right 4 singles from it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's it for this segment. We can then drop down to the 2 flat below it that we added to the right of the second to last block. And we can put our placement block to the top or right side so that we can go up and to the right 1 single. Up and to the right 2 flat. Up and to the right 1 single again. Up and to the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. Up and to the right 1 single. Up and to the right 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Up and to the right 8 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you can see the basic shape of the ear that we're getting. It's very similar to the left side, like I said, but we need to round it back out now. So we're going to put our placement block to the top or left side now. as we go up into the left 6 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we'll put our placement block to the left side of the top block like so instead of on top. And what we'll do from that placement block is we'll put 1 coal above it and 1 coal to the left. And we can mark that coal above it to work with later once we're done, so we can work with the bangs. But I still want to work on the shape of the ear, so we're going to work with the left coal for now. So from that coal to the left, we're going to go down into the left 2 flat 2 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. Then from that second set of 2 flat to this bottom one right here, we can go to the right block in it, and we can go down into the right 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. And then down into the right 5 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now that's the ear lines completed. As you can see, we have this ear line right here, and then this one we just added. Once you're done with that 5 vertical, we can trace this back up to the 2 flat it's connected to and work with the left block now. And from that left block, we're going to go down into the left 1 single. Down into left 2 flat. 1, 2. Down into left 1 single. And it connects at that diagonal. Perfect. Now we can backtrack to that 2 flat that's right before the single we just placed. And on the right block in that 2 flat, we can put 1 coal to the right of it. And then 2 coals below that. 1, 2. So now we have this shape. And all we're going to do from this bottom block now is put a placement block underneath it and go down into left 4 vertical, and it should connect at the diagonal to this 14 vertical that we had earlier. So let's try it out. 1, 2, whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yup, perfect. So that's it for the ear. Now all we have to do is go to that single we had up here marked and connect it to the bang over there. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to go to that single we just placed, and we're going to go up into the right 5 singles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're then going to go up into the right 2 vertical 2 times in a row. So placement block to the top or right side. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. And as you can see, it met up at the diagonal on that single, so that's perfect. We can get rid of that placement block now. And if you look at the right hand camera screen, you're pretty much done with the entirety of the hair. We have all the details done. The only thing we're missing is the shading and the eye features. So in the next part, I want to jump into the eye features. Thank you guys for tuning in. This was a long part, but you guys did good, and hopefully you guys are sticking around for the last 2 parts or the last 1 part. Depends on how long the eyes take me. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this build. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe for more pixel art content. This is Phoenix, and as always, I'll see you guys later.